Beautiful day here in Atlanta, Georgia. Nice and cloudy and rainy outside. And I have some pretty good news and some pretty terrible news, but the terrible news turns into good news. So the other Civic, the Turbo Civic, is probably about 2 weeks out now. So I was driving yesterday in the fully bolted Civic here, right? And had a little problem. I'm going to go ahead and explain that to you in 2 words. Rod knock. Rod knock, chewed up bearing, I'm assuming. I haven't actually got into the motor yet because that's not a me job. It's more of a Nick Bowie job. Still trying to learn it. But so last night I was like, all right, I'm going to pull this motor. And so this is what we got. Oh yeah, almost done pulling this motor. Got everything off, wiring harness, all that stuff. It's ready to be pulled other than the steering, and then I just got to lower the subframe down and pull the motor. So it's probably about 30 minutes worth of work, but everything is completely torn apart, and the motor is pretty much free hanging. Yeah, pretty much free hanging on those 2 mounts right there and right there, and then yeah. So other than that, we're screwed. We've got some serious plans for this car coming. So here's what we're planning on doing. I already have a Turbo Civic. Supercharged Civic. So, alright, here's the plan. We're doing all forged internals, built transmission, all that stuff's going to be completely built, so it'll withstand a supercharger very well for hopefully a very long time. And then I don't know if we want to go like, definitely not Craftworks, screw Craftworks, probably Comptech Roots type supercharger on here and E85, so hopefully it'll last for a long time, and the E85 will get a lot more power, so hopefully a 400 wheel horsepower car. And yeah, that's the plans for this car. I don't know exactly what internals we're doing for this one, but they're going to be nice and they're going to be boost ready, because hopefully we're aiming for like 12 to 14 pounds of boost on this car with a supercharger. So I'll have a nice little supercharged Civic and a nice little Turbo Civic. So, and hopefully they will run the streets. I know my Turbo Civic will definitely run the streets mostly, but this Civic, hopefully it'll be up there with 400 wheel horsepower. Like, that's a decent amount, but well, especially in a front wheel drive car, it's a lot of boost. So that's the plans. It's kind of bad news. It's gonna cost a lot more money, but it's gotta happen. So I just finished pulling. I just started on the motor last night, and it should be out in 30 minutes or so. So that's the plans for the new Civic. So I got everything on the entire subframe out, besides the actual subframe itself. Popped both axles out, all the above. All wiring harness, headers, intake manifold, all that stuff's got to come out. Front and rear motor mounts are out, and pretty much all that's on the motor is just that motor mount, and then the subframe's got to come out, which it should be like a 30-minute job yet again. So I've found some pretty riced out things about this motor. You can definitely tell it has been built. You see those letters right there? Yeah, those aren't Honda. I'm 90% sure those are not Honda. And also I can tell the head's been rebuilt, because it's got all this, like, this is not Honda Bond. All this stuff is not Honda Bond. So yep, so it has been rebuilt before, and clearly they messed it up. So that's a little update on this Civic. Other Civic's gonna be ready soon, hopefully, so we'll get some nasty 25 PSI pulls. So guys, as you know, this Civic's fucked. I mean, screwed. Sorry, pardon my language again. So this Civic is screwed. So I just want to turn this into like a little vlog type progress dealio video. And as you can see, subframe, axles, everything is out. The motor is just free hanging by these 2 mounts that are holding it up. So I'm just gonna remove those guys, and yeah. So my first actual motor pull all by myself. So pretty big deal for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and it's a secret though. Nick said you can't. I can't tell anybody. So It's a little secret that I have that he taught me. So you guys can't know the secret, or else everybody would do it every day. Like if this was easy, everybody would do it, but it's not easy. So almost finished up here. I will come back with you guys once I get this motor pulled. Got the steering rack disconnected, and so this is what we got. Oh no, where'd the motor go? Oh, well, there's the subframe right there with axles connected to it, all the above. Oh yeah. So I did it all by myself. And over here, a bunch more junky junk, stuff like that. And then here's the star of the show. This piece of junk motor, which I have found out has been rebuilt before, like completely rebuilt. I thought the head had just been taken off, because you can see like little stuff, like sealant sticking out, like all down here. This is all, I don't know if you can see that on the light, but there's a bunch of sealant, and then there's some over here too. There's a bunch of sealant all around here, which is not supposed to be there. That is all, and it's not Honda Bond either, so you can tell that this entire motor's been pulled apart all the way up, all the way around it, and it is not good. No bueno. This is not what you want, and that's probably why it exploded, is because whoever built it didn't do it right. So when we open it up, we'll figure out what's wrong with it inside. I'm assuming a bearing just exploded pretty much. Explains the rod knock pretty much. Shredding a bearing up. So that's what we got, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and get a full build list up on the channel probably of what this build is gonna be, what it's gonna consist of, like the internals of the motor and the transmission, and that's about it. So guys, go down in the comments below and comment on what supercharger you want. I don't know if I should go with, I don't think Craftworks is in it. Rotrex, Comptech, really leaning towards the Comptech Roots type blower. So just go down in the comments, see what you want done to this motor and transmission, what kind of final drive you want, if you want to upgrade that or whatever. And yeah, please subscribe, comment, all the above, and I'll catch you on the next video.